have you ever wondered if dogs have a sixth sense? Many believe that dogs can sense earthquakes before they happen, detecting the earliest signs of seismic activity. It's all about vibrations. Long before we feel even the slightest tremor, dogs can pick up on subtle changes in the ground, air pressure, and the Earth's magnetic field. Their heightened senses allow them to detect these minute shifts. Their senses are so much sharper than ours. They feel the world differently, experiencing it in ways we can only imagine. Some dogs get anxious, start pacing, whine, or even try to hide days before an earthquake. These behaviors can be a sign that they are sensing something unusual. This isn't just an old wives' tale. There are documented cases of dogs behaving erratically before seismic activity, providing anecdotal evidence that supports their predictive abilities. In ancient Greece, animals, including dogs, fled their homes days before a major earthquake. This historical account suggests that animals have been sensing natural disasters for centuries. We all know dogs have an incredible sense of smell, right? It's what makes them so good at detecting illnesses. Our bodies emit tiny, odorless particles called volatile organic compounds. When we're sick, these compounds change, and a dog's superpowered nose can detect these changes, even in the tiniest concentrations. Scientists have been studying this ability for years, and the results are amazing. Dogs have been trained to detect cancers, such as lung cancer, breast cancer, and melanoma, just by sniffing a person's breath or urine. They can identify changes in blood sugar levels in people with diabetes, alerting them to potentially dangerous drops or spikes. Early detection is crucial in treating many illnesses, and dogs, with their incredible noses, could be key players in the future of medicine. Before we move on, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel for more tips on understanding your dog. Have you ever noticed how your dog just seems to know when you're feeling down, or how they get excited when you are? It's not just a coincidence. Dogs are masters at reading human emotions. They read our body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. They pick up on subtle cues that we might not even be aware of ourselves. A slight change in our posture, a shift in our energy, a tiny tremble in our voice. Dogs notice it all. They offer comfort when we're sad, share in our joy when we're happy, and provide a sense of calm when we're stressed. This incredible empathy makes the bond between humans and dogs so special. Their love and understanding are truly unconditional. Long before we had weather apps, people looked to nature for signs of changing weather. They observed the behavior of animals, the patterns in the sky, and even the way plants reacted to the environment. Dogs were some of the most reliable forecasters around. Their keen senses made them invaluable in predicting weather changes. Their senses are so much more acute than ours. A dog's nose, for instance, is incredibly sensitive, capable of detecting even the faintest of scents. They can smell changes in the air, picking up on subtle shifts that we would never notice. They can feel shifts in barometric pressure, which often precede weather changes. This sensitivity allows them to sense when a storm is on the horizon. And they can hear sounds beyond our range of hearing. The low-frequency rumbles of thunder, for example, are detected by dogs long before we hear them. Dogs can hear the low-frequency rumbles of thunder long before we do. This early warning system helps them prepare for the coming storm. One of the most fascinating abilities of dogs is sensing pregnancy. When a woman becomes pregnant, her body undergoes a dramatic shift in hormone production. These hormones are like invisible signals, constantly being released into the environment. Dogs, with their super-powered noses, can detect these subtle changes in a woman's scent. Their sense of smell is estimated to be anywhere from 10,000 to 100,000 times more powerful than ours. Some dogs become more protective of their pregnant owners, while others might become more affectionate and cuddly. Some might even start acting a little jealous, vying for attention. Dogs have an uncanny ability to sense the miracle of life unfolding. We humans rely on clocks and calendars to keep track of our busy schedules and daily routines, but dogs seem to have an innate sense of time that doesn't require any of these tools. How does your dog know when it's dinner time, even if you're just a few minutes late? It's almost as if they have an internal alarm clock. They seem to sense the exact moment, down to the minute, when their meal should be served. And how do they anticipate your arrival home with uncanny accuracy, often waiting by the door or looking out the window just before you walk in? Researchers believe that dogs rely on a combination of circadian rhythms, environmental cues, and their extraordinary sense of smell to track time. Their sense of smell is so powerful that they can detect the subtle changes in the environment and in our scent throughout the day. Their bodies naturally follow a 24-hour cycle, regulating their sleep-wake patterns and other bodily functions in sync with the day and night. This internal clock helps them know when it's time to rest and when it's time to be active. They become attuned to our routines, habits, and even the subtle changes in our scent that occur throughout the day, making them incredibly perceptive. They notice when we grab our keys, pack our bags, or slip on our work shoes, associating these actions with our departure. These small cues are enough for them to predict what will happen next. It's this incredible ability to observe and connect the dots between our actions and the passage of time that makes dogs seem like masters of their own internal clocks. Their keen observation skills and strong bond with us allow them to understand our schedules better than we might think. Truly, dogs are remarkable creatures with an extraordinary sense of time, making them wonderful companions who are always in tune with our lives. Dogs are not just man's best friend, they're also our protectors and early warning systems against danger. Dogs have an incredible ability to sense threats that we humans often miss. Their sense of smell is thousands of times more powerful than ours. They can detect subtle changes in the environment, like the scent of smoke from a fire, long before we can. Their hearing is also far superior. They can pick up on high-pitched sounds, like the whine of an approaching siren or the creaking of a floorboard under the weight of an intruder. Dogs are incredibly perceptive animals. They pick up on body language, facial expressions, and subtle changes in our behavior that might signal danger. If someone approaches us with hostile intentions, they know. Dogs have an extraordinary sense of direction. We've all heard stories of dogs finding their way home over incredible distances. Recent research suggests that dogs might be using the Earth's magnetic field to navigate. The Earth is surrounded by an invisible magnetic field, a force that helps birds migrate and guides our compasses. Dogs, with their heightened senses, might be able to tap into this magnetic field. Some scientists believe that dogs have magnetoreceptors in their noses, specialized cells that allow them to sense the Earth's magnetic field. It's a fascinating glimpse into the hidden world of canine senses. Dogs have an incredible ability to see past our facades and sense our true intentions. They don't judge, they simply observe and respond to the energy we put out into the world. Dogs are masters of reading body language. They pick up on subtle cues that we might not even be aware of ourselves. A tense posture, a furrowed brow, a clenched jaw. They sense our emotions, fears, and insecurities, even when we try to hide them. They respond accordingly, offering comfort and support when we need it most. This ability to see us for who we truly are makes the bond between humans and dogs so special.